Looking at it from a GDP standpoint, it's really not so good. It was worse off than what everyone else expected. But forward looking, the more we see cases like this drop, the better it would be for us. Key area, at least from a price range standpoint, to watch out for 6398. We should and we must see the PSEI break that if you want to see greater strides in terms of reversal. Hey guys, so everything was so interesting yesterday when we saw Bitcoin drop after Elon Musk's tweet. Then we also saw Ethereum, BNB follow suit. What's interesting is Doge is up right now because Elon Musk said that they're working with developers to further enhance it. And ADA has continually moved up. Please do note that over the past days, we've talked about its breakout. But I think because ADA is using proof of stake and it's not as harmful in terms of fossil fuels, in terms of mining for the environment. That being said, I want to center this video for Philippine stocks because as we started trading today, it seemed that we saw a variety of stocks start to push down. The index also in general had a large drop at the start of trading. So large drop, very, very close to the 6,081 level. Then we started to see it consolidate on that lower end of its particular range. Few minutes just before the close, we suddenly saw a large surge of buying, which brought the markets relatively on the green. So we started the trading day down, consolidated in its lows. In the last few minutes of trading, we saw the market start to push up. We really have not seen the market go around the 7.9 billion pesos value turnover. So please do note, by the time I'm recording this, the PSEI closed in the green 6269.36 and with a very, very strong value turnover of 7.9. So please do note that there were times now the past few weeks that it was below 5 billion pesos, which was very, 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 very low. I think the prevailing theme still in the Philippines will primarily be the virus, the infections, how big are the infections. Number two, the vaccine, how fast do we roll it out? And number three, how the lockdowns will be over the next few months. The more vaccine rollouts we have, the more everything goes back to normal. The faster we make infections start to go down also, the faster that they curb the lockdowns, that there won't be a need for greater lockdowns in the larger cities that have a large economic effect in the Philippines. So please do note that before we went into a lockdown, the cases were spiking above the 10,000 mark. As of my last check, I think it was May 13, we finally went below 5,000 cases. So this is very, very promising. And please do note that the lower this is, the more optimistic it will be for the market. It also shows that whatever lockdowns were done over the past weeks, of course, it wasn't so good for the economy, but it helped curb this down. Please do note that a couple of weeks ago, we saw a spike that it came to points where there were some hospitals that were turning away COVID cases because there was already too much. Everything will be fueled by how sentiment in terms of investors will be, in terms of their outlook on how fast the economy will recover. Please also remember, I mentioned this in a previous video, that the economy shrunk once again. We are still in a recession. The GDP is at negative 4.2% for the first quarter of the year. So looking at that economic data just shows us where the Philippines is right now in terms of where the economy is. It just showed us also how large the effect of the lockdowns were last March. In spite of a low base from last year, we're still currently contracting as of the first quarter of the year. Looking at it from a GDP standpoint, it's really not so good. It was worse off than what everyone else expected. But forward looking, the more we see cases like this drop, the better it would be for us. Now, for the vaccine front, I just want to mention this. I know there's more and more vaccines that are coming into the Philippines, but as investors, this is what you need to watch out for, the rollout of the vaccines, because please do note these vaccines have expiration dates, meaning even if they're in the Philippines, pero it's not administered fast, it's not administered properly, and people don't get their shots, whatever was spent for those vaccines would be put to waste. So as investors, what you need to watch for right now is the rollout of the vaccines. We all know that vaccines are coming. We have to look at it in a way that how big and how much of the population gets vaccinated at a very, 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 very fast pace. If you watch the news, there are also arguments on property, what land they will use it, and then that has a big impact also on how fast it gets disseminated to a lot of people. So please do watch that out because that's very, very significant on the rollout of all of this. We're already seeing cases start to drop. As this would continue to drop, I believe the expectation would be less stringent lockdown measures. We would hit a point once again where we go back to GCQ, where it's not as strict as what it was last March. Because if cases spike back again, then we just keep going back to the same problem over and over and over and over and over and over and over. But from a price standpoint, it's very, very interesting that there was a very, very large value turnover, at least for the day. Price discounts, everything. But volume gives legitimacy to whatever price movement that we are actually seeing. This is a good start that we're seeing larger amounts of volume, but allow me to show you the chart. So here's the PSEI. So as you can see right here, the market closed at 6269. The current range of where the PSE is at support 6173, resistance 6398. So please do note this also, that the 6398 resistance is also where the 20-day moving average is. So I just want to reiterate this, that 6398 resistance is confirmed by the 20-day moving average. Then you have another resistance at the 6587 mark, which is also confirmed by the 50-day moving average. So that being said, we saw a spike up today in the final minutes. To legitimize that movement, it will attack the 6398 resistance level. So key area, at least from a price range standpoint, to watch out for 6398. We should and we must see the PSEI break that if you want to see greater strides in terms of reversal, because breaking the 6398 resistance just breaks us out of the 20-day moving average. Failure to break that will just legitimize the current range where we are at, which has a support at the 6173 level. Please do note, while this is all happening also, the entire trend of the PSEI is still down. The 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving average are confirming that it is still bearish. As of this point in time, also MACD is still bearish as well, way below the zero line crossing. RSI, as of where we are at the chart right now, whatever spike that we're seeing is pretty much because it's close also to the oversold levels. And I just want to zero in on 3 stocks that are highly affected also by all of these lockdowns. It was a holiday yesterday. It was a holiday. When I went to the mall, there wasn't much people. I want to talk about companies highly connected to property development that they also have mall projects as well. I want to talk about their prices and I want to talk about their charts because, as you all know already naman, from a fundamental standpoint, they're one of the biggest affected. A lot of people right now, given the choice, would still order online because it's more convenient and it's also safe. The thing that would push people to go into malls basically could be for basic necessities, which you can also order online. And that's why you don't see a lot of them go out. SMPH closed 1.54% up. It closed at 33 pesos. Value turnover was very, very strong at 842 million pesos. As it closed at 33 pesos, it's still below the 200-day moving average, which is at 34.23 pesos per share. So just by the chart alone, until it breaks out from the 34.23 level, you can still consider this breaking down. It's still also currently below the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages. And MACD is still also currently below the zero line cross, denoting a more bearish sentiment still for SM Prime. So I want you to also see this downward trending line that I posted right here, that this is the entire downward trending slope, at least for SM Prime. It needs to get out of that for us to actually see a reversal on the trend. So key things to watch out for people who are position traders, we must see SM Prime go beyond the 200-day moving average, and above and beyond that, it must break out from this downward trending slope that I posted right here. But please do remember, from a fundamental standpoint, property development companies / malls are one of the biggest hit. And if you compare them to the telco industry, to the e-commerce industry, they have been doing much, much better. Ali closed 31.20 pesos per share. It's down 2.35% with a value turnover of 347 million pesos. Pretty much also bearish. It's below the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages. And if you look at it also, you have this entire downward slope right here for Ali, which it was trying to build a base at the 32.13 mark, but today's downward push is showing us that 32.13 right now may look as a resistance level. So I repeat, all eyes, at least for Ali, should be at the 32.13 level. If it fails to go above that range, then there could possibly be a retracement down to the 29.23 support level. Lastly, I want to talk about MegaWorld, which closed at 2.6 pesos per share, which is down 7.8% for the day with a value turnover of 389 million pesos. As you can see right here, it looks pretty much the same as how SM Prime and Ali is also looking, that all moving averages, 20, 50, 100, 200-day moving averages are bearish. There's a downward trending slope also similar to what we have for the PSEI, SM Prime, and Ali. But the thing about MegaWorld, at least for today, the fact that it closed at 2.6 pesos per share shows us that it broke below the 2.84 peso resistance level. It broke below the 2.84 support level. That being said, the next possible support level for MegaWorld is at the 2.47 mark. So I repeat, current range right now because of today's breakdown from the 2.84 level is 2.84 resistance, 2.47 support. So should MegaWorld push up in the next few trading days, watch out for the 2.84 level. So I repeat, MegaWorld right now is at 2.6. Should it push up over the next few days, watch out for the 2.84 level. If it solidifies itself as a resistance and we see MegaWorld start to pull back, headed towards the 2.47 level, or if it challenges it, breaks past that, then you have MegaWorld having a chance to attack the 200-day moving average. But that being said, should selling happen, the narrative is there's a possibility for it to go to the 2.47 mark. MACD right now is also bearish still. RSI right now also is currently at oversold levels. SM Prime, Ali, and MegaWorld are still currently in downward trending slopes. The PSEI also, in spite of its move up today, is still pretty much inside the medium-term downtrend. And the things that you should watch out for are the cases. We need to see it go lower, the vaccine, the rollout of the vaccine over the next few months, and how strict the lockdowns will be. So I hope you guys got a lot from this, and I hope that this is something that helped you. We're going to do more videos also on crypto, especially a lot of the volatility that happened over the past few days. And for those who are asking about Doge and ADA, we're going to try to make more videos off of that because they're the ones that are up right now when a lot of those cryptocurrencies started to drop as well. So before I end, for those who want to learn more about the stock market, I've written 5 books about it. Links are in the description below. They're both available in Shopee and Lazada. Just click on the other 4 books where I have stocks on and you can check that also. And it can still be delivered wherever you are in the Philippines. And for those who ask about when the next Stock Smart's technical analysis sessions would be, where we talk about charting, everything that I showed you right here from MACD, candlesticks, RSI, moving averages, trend line, support and resistance, that's what we will discuss there. The next session will be this July. It will be online. It will be in Zoom. You can attend and you can learn wherever you are in the world. So links are in the description below. And lastly, we have the largest investment conference in the country, Investment Conference 2021, where we have 14 plus speakers from different genres, from cryptocurrencies, property, economic outlook, entrepreneurship, personal finance, stock market, and everything else in between. It's a 2-day event where the heart and the goal of that is to give you as much information as possible to be able to trade and to be able to invest and to be able to reach your goals of financial freedom. So if you want to join us, that's May 28 and 29, Friday and Saturday. Links are in the description below as well. And for those who want to invest in the cryptocurrency market, check out Binance. It's one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the world. I use them. I think they're one of the best that you can actually use and deploy your capital into. So check them out. You can actually start investing even if you have 5,000 pesos, 2,500 pesos, 1,000 pesos, and it allows you already to hold, to hodl altcoins also for a very, very long period of time. So that's it for now. I hope you guys learned a lot from this and I hope that this is something that's insightful. If you want more of this, like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing. I hope you guys got a lot from this and I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon and God bless you all.